Hi VC, I am John from Melbourne in Australia, and I'm going to do the non-vinyl tag 2021 that was put out by Alan at the Static Traveller. And the first question he had was, show a CD with album art. I don't have many. I usually just buy the standard CDs in the jewel cases. Sort of special editions I sort of don't bother with that much. I've got a couple though. The first one, if you remember the 3-inch CDs, this is a single from Tiffany. I saw him standing there, which was a Beatles cover, wasn't it? And that's on a 3-inch little CD. I'm not sure how popular they were, probably not all that popular, you don't see them around a lot. That's one of them. And the other one I've got is a 5 CD box set from Saxon, British heavy metal band from the 70s, early 80s. And these are all like the albums. There's 5 in the box. And they're all rather like the album art, just they've got a border around them. And of course, you know, when you compare them to the vinyl, you get an appreciation for how good the art is on a vinyl record, because you get, you know, a much larger image size. So yeah, they're the only two that I've got really that are sort of unusual in design. Question 2 is a music book you look at often. I'll put Kate Bush's That as the answer. This is the Collector's Guide by Robert Godwin. This is the second edition, which came out in 2005. This one is a colour. The original came out in about 91, and that's black and white only, and obviously it's got a lot less because this came out just after her Ariel album was released. It's got like all the vinyl records, CDs, cassettes, Laserdiscs, everything. It's really good. It's got, you know, with all the pictures, it really helps, you know, what the art looks like. Yeah, which countries it come from. It's even got quite a few of the bootlegs in there. There's, yeah, she's got quite a few bootlegs. And right at the end it has all her known media appearances, you know, like interviews and television specials and things like that. Yes, I refer to this quite often because it's a lot of her stuff's very collectible, very hard to, a lot of them are very hard, especially for me in Australia. You know, I virtually have to get everything imported because of the distance and whatnot. I suppose we can get Japanese all right, but other than that, it's, yeah, very hard to get. Okay, question 3. Artists' releases over 3 decades. I'll go with Diamanda Galaz, the Dark Queen. She is an incredible artist, utterly uncompromising in her style, her manner. When she's interviewed, she's brutally honest. Yeah, fantastic way of singing. Some people don't like it, but I absolutely adore it. And on this is the You Must Be Certain of the Devil, which came out in 1988. And this has the song Double Barrel Prayer on it, and the video for that was banned by MTV. If you look at it, you'll probably see why, but yeah, she doesn't pander to commercial interests. So yeah, that was 88. And then we go up to, what's this one, 1994, The Sporting Life. This was collaboration with John Paul Jones, the Led Zeppelin bass player. Fantastic. Do You Take This Man? That was the main song on the album. That's got a video, and it's fairly, yeah, that's not very, you know, it's sort of rather tame for her standards, but yeah, very good tracks. And I'd like to give a shout out to Richard Riley, who featured this album. He's actually got the vinyl of this, which is, for me, that'd be $150, $200 record if I could even find one. But he showed it on one of his channels, so very appreciative of you, Richard, for showing that. we move on to 2003. This is the Will and Testament 2 CD set. She had a series on genocide and torture and things like that. Yeah, sort of heavy listening, but for her it was important to put it out, and she did so. And I'll put a bonus in. This is All the Way. This is 2017. And yeah, she's liking this sort of reverse image look. There's a couple of her late CDs have done that. So that's my artist over 4 decades. Question 4. Box set. Not many. I don't have many on CD. Kate Bush, of course, we'll get on. And when she put the remastered out, this was over 2 box sets. This is her Fish People label, which I don't know what that is about, but that's what she does. She used to be on EMI, but that's no longer the case. It's just all her standard albums in little sort of papery outer sleeves. She had a box set out in 1990, which Graham at Kraken Vinyl has showed. I've got that as well, but this is a more updated version of Kate. This is part 2. There's a couple of director's cut, the Before the Dawn, which was the 2014 concert. Ariel, of course, that's been... This version is the non-Rolf Harris one. If you get the original one, you have Rolf Harris on one of the tracks, but he got deleted for whatever reasons. So yeah, that's her box set, which is a total of 12. Question 5, music magazines. You don't get them very often these days, and even newsagents, especially here in Melbourne, they're closing down all over the place, so magazines aren't that easy to get. I'm a big fan of Diamanda, of course, so once, if anything comes out on magazine with her, I'll grab it. This is a beautiful one because it's Terrorizer, which is sort of a more, I think it's black metal and all that sort of stuff in it, and it suits, obviously suits her down to the ground. This is magazine Propaganda, and The Wire, which is a bit more sort of mainstream, but that's the latest one I think that she's in. This was May 2020, so that's quite recent, with an interview about her. And Kate Bush, well, she's in a lot more magazines than Diamanda, and you get, like, these are the really good ones that are actually just feature her. This is the Ultimate Music Guide, which was by Uncut, and that's all albums, interviews, sort of a historical thing for her. So they're really good. She's been in a few editions of Mojo. There's a nice early red dress cover. Prog magazine. This is the outer cover. The inside cover isn't as nice. This is Rock. What was it? Rock Presents. Yeah, Prog. That's another. That had another feature on Kate. Record Collector, who have just either December 20 or Jan 21 have put out a feature on her, collectibles. There's a couple of sort of more the earlier ones, but almost exactly the same cover. And the very first Kate article in a Record Collector was one of the small versions, which were what's that, A5? That came out way back in 1981. So there's a few magazines that I've got. Non-music CDs, don't have many. This could almost be a later question, but this is Derek and Clive, the Peter Cook and Dudley Moore. Fantastic comedians, utterly crude, but yeah, I think they just got themselves drunk and just put a microphone on and went for it. But their stuff is just, brilliant. I love it. So yeah, Derek and Clive. They're sort of technically music because they sing a bit, but I don't think you'd call that good singing. So that's Derek and Clive. an album I haven't played in over 2 years. Well, it's quite a few. It's one of those things, you know, you have certain amount of records you play a lot, others that you might you'll play for a while and then sort of just not listen to them. But here's Betty Boo from about 1990. She was a sassy, sort of feisty British girl. And her career sort of dropped because literally she dropped a microphone at a concert and people realised she was miming, lip syncing. So yeah, lost a bit of cred after that. So there's one I haven't listened to in a while, but I still like it. Music related DVD, not many because usually you can see stuff on YouTube. So not, yeah, I don't have hardly any. I've only got a Kate Bush interview. This is for the Hounds of Love, but it's still sealed, so I'll probably just leave it like that. And one I like, the life story plus her music, is Maria Callas, the opera singer, Greek opera singer from. She died back in 1977. She only was 53. I've got a few of hers, sort of a bit of a life and some of the excerpts. There's not much actual good footage of her because for some reason they didn't film operas, you know, like they do with, you know, music videos and stuff of normal singers. But yeah, they're fascinating to watch and a bit tragic. But yeah, that's Maria Callas, the opera singer. Question 9 is a album that was a disappointment, and I'll go for Kate Bush, Director's Cut. The reason being is that she redid The Sensual World as Flower of the Mountain because the original version of the song, she didn't get the rights from, was it James Joyce, I think, from the estate, and they wouldn't allow her to use, so she had to make her own version of it in the 1989 version, and now it's redone with permission, but it just lost it. There's nothing like the original. So yeah, once you hear that at the start of this, you just think, ugh, it's not good. Yeah, there's a lot of, that's a beautiful picture of Kate though doing the editing there, so that's a credit, and it looks beautiful on the album version, which I've got, of course. So yeah, but overall I would say when you tinker with songs, usually it doesn't work, so they're a disappointment to me. And question 10 is an album you wouldn't play in front of your parents or your children. There's two I would not play. First one is Sopra Turnus, who's got a rather unusual look there. He or she, I'm not sure, I think it's a he or she, but yeah, very unusual style of music. It's goth, medieval, baroque sort of style, but rather tortured sounding, but interesting. I've got about 3 or 4 of their CDs. I think this person's from Germany, and I believe still going too. So, but yeah, I wouldn't play this in front of parents or my dad. So that's that one. And the second one, of course, who are a bit more well known, is Ministry. This is the one with the strange Greek words. I think it's called Psalm 69. Fantastic industrial, hard, cracking songs on it. New World Order, Just One Fix, and of course Jesus Built My Hot Rod with that fantastic little finish the song has. So yeah, but I wouldn't play this in front of my dad or probably the kids, but they're grown up now, so I don't think it'd bother them. So that's that one. Okay, so finished that, 10 questions, and thanks very much, Alan, for putting it out there, and hope to see you all next time. See ya.